I'm Precious Stevens, and today we're going to explore what makes the best kit for premium draping. We'll cover setting up your kit and some helpful tips so you won't pinch your fingers when working with your uprights. So guys, let's get into it. Alright guys, so we're going to get right into it, getting started with your base plates. Now, when you're setting up your any kind of backdrop stand, you want to start with the actual base plates. Now we have the 18x18s, which will come with any heavy duty unit that is over 10 feet, right? That way it gives it more support. So when assembling your base plates, you want to make sure that you attach your pin directly in the middle for any standard backdrop, right? All of your pins should be at least 6 inches if you're going above 10 feet. Now, if you're doing any kind of perimeter draping, pay attention to the holes on your base plate, because perimeter draping, if you want your drape to be flush against the wall, you're definitely going to use your outer holes, right? If you're going flush against the wall to the left, you're going to attach your pin directly onto that hole. And the same thing for if you're going to the right. Now, this base plate does not have it, but some of them do. You will see an additional hole in the corner. Now, if you're doing perimeter draping and you're going to a corner and you want your drapes to be flush with both walls, you're going to use the hole that is in the corner. Okay, now when you're assembling your actual pin to the base plate, you want to make sure the groove is facing upward. If you have the groove and it's going toward the floor, you're going to get a bunch of rocking on your base plate, meaning your backdrop is going to be unstable and you risk it falling. You don't want that to happen. So you want to be sure you stick your bolt in the inner portion of the hole, and then your pin should be going against the indentation on the base plate. So you just want to make sure you secure that. Keep screwing, keep screwing. And just give yourself a nice twist. You don't want to make it entirely too tight, because guess what? You're the one that got to get it off. So you just want to make sure it's tight enough to eliminate any kind of rocking for your upright. And now to the next step. Okay, so in this step, you're going to actually attach your upright to the base plate. Now, the first thing you want to do before you do any of that is you want to take your crossbar and measure it out exactly where you need the backdrop to go. This is going to eliminate you from having to shimmy anything around and really find out how wide you need the unit to be. So you're going to start with the crossbar on the floor, then you're going to line your base plate up directly at the end of that crossbar, and then take your upright, put it directly on top of your pin. So now you want to pick up your crossbar and you're going to just slide your crossbar into the 2 slots on your uprights on each end. Now, if you didn't measure your crossbar and put your uprights directly where they should be, you would end up inserting your crossbar to one end and then having to do a bunch of adjusting to your upright and your base plate, which really isn't the safest thing to do, because you risk stumping your toe, you have to bend over and do a bunch of moving around, and you don't want to do that. Alright guys, so this is your actual setup of the Posh Premium Kit. Now, raising this kit, don't forget, this actually goes all the way to 14 feet, which makes this the premium and the best kit to buy when you're getting into premium draping, because it gives you the ability to really give you a lot of height. So guys, you see exactly how tall this is right now, but guess what? There's an additional 4 feet on your second bar. That is why this is definitely something that's going to give you that wow factor, and I know that's exactly what you're looking for. Hey guys, any of these tips helping you so far? Then be sure to like this video to help me reach 1,000 likes. Not to mention, it's absolutely free to do, and it only takes 1 second. I know your girl is worth 1 second, right? Now let's get back to the video. Alright guys, so now for hack number 1. And this tip is actually going to show you how to properly raise your upright, because a lot of people do this the wrong way and it really causes them pain. Why? Because they end up pinching their fingers, and I would hate that for you. So you want to start with the very top bar. If you have the Posh Premium Kit, which is 3 bars, right? Meaning it's a 3-piece. All of them are adjustable. You want to start with your top bar first, and you want to raise it. Now, if you're lucky enough to have one of our kits, guess what? We have etchings on the actual upright itself that will tell you exactly how high you're going. So I can see that this right now is at 7 feet. This one is at 8 feet. This one is at 9 feet, and that's if I was to move my second bar. Now again, you want to only move your top bar as tall as you need it to be. The reason being, when you go to move your second bar, if you raise it and you max out for the second bar, guess what? You cannot reach the third bar because it's all the way entirely too tall. So the key reminder when you're raising your uprights, if you have a 3-piece system, is always to start with your top bar first. Top bar, max out as tall as you want to go, and then your second bar. So I would highly advise you guys when you're extending your uprights to not extend it all the way out because you risk it sliding out. If you're lucky enough to have the etchings, you will see a sign that says, do not go beyond this point. By no means you want to raise it any taller than that because it's going to come out or you're going to risk tipping it over. Now, one thing I would advise is to not raise it all the way up. Like, you definitely don't want to go past the bottom number, which 9 times out of 10 is going to say the number 10. If you go beyond the number 10, you're going to risk this, right? So again, if you're lucky enough to have the etchings, definitely look for your numbers, don't go past 10. But let's just say you don't have the etchings, right? Get in the habit of not raising it any longer than 3 feet. If you have 3 feet on the top and then you're going to raise your middle bar, that I'm almost certain is going to give you ample enough height that you need for your backdrop. Now, a lot of people, when they're trying to lower their uprights, guess what? They pinch their fingers, and that is super painful. So what you want to do is you want to be sure that you're lifting your clasp up on both ends, meaning you're going to take your thumb and you're going to take your forefinger, middle finger, long as another finger, right? And you want to raise those up. But notice how I am securely gripping my upright, right? But you want to not only grip it, you want to secure it as if you're holding it, because if you let it go, it'll just slide down, and 1, you're going to pinch your fingers, and then 2, it's going to make a very loud noise that's going to kind of scare you a little bit. So definitely hold it. As you raise your clasp, you're going to kind of let it glide in your hand and just slide down, right? And be sure to hold it all the way till it's at the very bottom. Now you have 2 little nodules here that'll prevent your upright from going inside the other upright, so don't worry about that. That part won't happen. Again, the key that you want to always remember, hold your 2 clasps up. You want to secure your firm grip on your upright and then just let it slide down, right? Once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do it super fast, but don't worry about fast right now. I need you to worry about safety, and that is how you lower your upright. Hey guys, I saved the very best tip for last. Now, let's just say you have an older kit or one that does not have the etchings. Guess what you can do? You can actually take your units a piece, right? Your 3 pieces, and you can go and make your own, right? This will prevent you being on site and trying to think about where to adjust or where to raise your units. So definitely just take your measuring tape, measure along each pole, and then make your foot, right? Make your 1 foot, your 2 foot, your 3 foot, and then you can also take and write on the pole, stop. That way you know exactly what not to go beyond. This is definitely a nice little hack that I had to share with you guys. So I hope you make use of it, okay? Now, for the ultimate premium draping experience, check out our premium draping kit in our store below. Elevate your draping skills with the best tools and the guidance available. Now, I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that notifications bell so you know when I upload my next video. Your pen, which should be... Okay.
That was good. Just don't roll your eyes. That was good.
I be thinking like, what did I say it? Okay, good, yeah. Cool. Why you should get the Porsche Premium. All right, it's just great because I said so. Okay.